All right, so last episode, Spider-Man and Mr. Cuddle Bear were attacked at Peter Parker's apartment by a fella by the name of Adrian Toombs, also known as the Vulture, literally out of the clear blue sky. The pair worked together to bring down the villain, who apparently had some sort of beef with Parker. But before they could get too much out of him, the two of you were confronted by Detective McCarthy, who had tracked you down with some superpowers of his own in order to deliver a business card
Who knew?
of an individual that he believed might be able to help keep you safe. A man by the name of Darius Wonder, director of an organization known as the House of Ganymede. Your attention was drawn to the warehouse district of Queens, where another battle was taking place between Malachite and the Comet versus Rock and Redeemer. Spidey and Cuddle Bear joined the fray and brought the villains down, but the answer as to why they attacked in the first place has yet to be addressed. So that's kind of where we left it last time, was you guys just taking these two guys down, but exactly why they are there, we really haven't gotten to the bottom of that. So I leave it now in your hands.
So we've got them apprehended?
You've got them apprehended. They're both conscious. Rock is hurt pretty bad. Redeemer is all scratched up from the cat attacks from inside of his armor. But both of them are sufficiently subdued at this point.
Interesting. So what's going on here, guys? Hi.
Are you talking to them, or are you talking to?
I was talking to Malachite.
Malachite, yeah.
And
no idea. What was that about?
you know these guys?
Never seen them before in my life. You know anything, Kat?
I'm sitting on top of the webbed up armored guy and looking myself. Let us ask them.
Ask away. You seem to be the one to be able to get answers.
All right. I will kind of turn to what is this guy? Red Rocket? Red Redeemer?
Redeemer.
My character's name is like kind of on top of his, so I fucking seems like Red Redeemer Cuddle Bear.
No, I definitely think it's Red Rocket now.
I think it's Red Rocket now. Red Rocket.
Red Rocket. Tell us why you're here. And I'll kind of try to impel him to want to tell us. He thinks maybe he'll get off easy if he tells us what's going on.
Okay. And he gets to roll a psyche to resist that. Is that correct?
That is correct. What's my difficulty?
Do you roll? I thought we said that they rolled to resist.
Yeah, but like I guess to make it somewhat more challenging, have me roll to get the thing off to give them something to resist.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No. Yeah. I think I remember us talking about that. Yes. Yeah. So I'll let you go ahead and do that. He's probably not going to make it.
I've got a green on my end.
Okay.
So it would be amazing as the rank that he's trying to get, or an amazing feat.
Yeah. So yeah, there's no way he can do that. He's rolling on the typical column there. So the only thing he could have done was to roll a 100 basically to overcome that. So
you got to try.
Oh yes, I have to try for sure.
Have to try. It's his world.
So he doesn't really sense that that's coming from the cat, obviously.
Why would you?
Now, did you telepathically speak to him, or are you just kind of trying to compel him to speak?
I telepathically asked him why he's here, and then going to compel him to tell the truth.
Okay. So he looks directly at Malachite, and he kind of leans forward in the armor a little bit, and he says, "Ever hear of Emil Blonsky?"
Who?
Emil Blonsky.
No.
Well, he knows your girlfriend's dad pretty well.
Giggity?
What are you talking about?
We used to work with him in his unit until the Gamma took control of him. Does that ring a bell?
Maybe.
You can roll an intuition if you want.
Okay. Ooh, white.
Oh dear. Okay.
Does not ring a bell.
The name definitely does not ring a bell.
Okay.
And he's speaking of the Gamma, taking control of him, and the only person you can really think of in this, of course, is Bruce Banner.
Mm-hmm.
But he's definitely not talking about him. He kind of continues though, and he says, "We were sent here to retrieve you."
Retrieve me?
Yeah.
And do what with me?
That's not part of our information that we're able to give, because we have no idea. We're just supposed to bring you in.
Well, that's not going to happen.
Into where?
To the guy that hired us.
Just him? Just him?
Just him, as far as I know.
And what's the location of this place you were taking him?
Well, we were hired by this guy to drop him off in a warehouse located in Staten Island near the docks.
That's all you know.
Yeah, we were hired by this guy, outside party. Never seen the guy face to face, calls himself Mr. Blue. He wired us the money, sent us to this warehouse in Staten Island where we found these suits and instructions on how to use them. And we spent the last couple of weeks since the blip learning how to use them.
So he didn't tell you what he wants with me at all?
Nope. Just that he wanted you. Probably to study. Maybe break you apart. See what makes you tick.
Wonder if that's what the vulture was doing. Gonna
Yes.
take us there.
I'm going to ask them if they are working with the vulture.
The who?
Old
The
guy.
vulture. He
Can't
flies.
believe
Never heard of him.
it. I kind of look over to Spidey.
That doesn't make sense.
Maybe perhaps we should have questioned your friend Vulture.
Our friend the cop kind of was blocking us on that.
Yes, the cop block.
The what block?
Cop block.
Oh, cop with a P.
Not
Okay.
what I heard. Yeah.
So yeah. So we got this card from this guy that the detective told us could help us. Darius Wonder, was that his name?
That's correct. Yeah, and the House of Ganymede is
Yeah.
the name of the business on the card.
Yeah. Ring any bells? To anybody? Anyone? Bueller?
The two of you, Clint and Dragon, had rolled already to see whether or not you recognized that last time. No recognition there.
Right.
for
That's why
you.
I'm asking other people.
So Landon, if you wanted to make a roll for Malachite.
All right. Intuition.
Mm-hmm.
Yellow, 71.
You've been kind of living on the streets over the last several weeks for the most part, and have probably had some run-ins, with some of the homeless and so forth. Clint, I know Pete certainly has, working at the homeless shelter, but you've only been at the shelter. Landon's literally been, or Malachite has literally been on the street.
Yeah.
And you've heard a rumbling of this place, Ganymede, and someone that you ran into that seemed to also have some sort of unique abilities had kind of dropped that name, but you didn't really pay it too much attention because you really just kind of wanted to be left alone and not interact with anybody else and so forth. So you've heard the name bandied about a little bit on the street.
Okay.
But most specifically from someone else that is somewhat like you in some way.
A non-specific person.
Yeah.
Okay, then. So, yeah, what do we do with these guys? Should we give the detective a call?
I don't know, I guess.
Yes. I know of no other.
Yeah, so I'll whip out the cell phone. I got his number, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'll call him.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Do.
This is McCarthy.
Yeah. Hey, Detective McCarthy, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
Did you figure out what that mess was with the smoke and the explosion?
Yeah. It was the Malachite and the Comet kind of getting attacked by these two guys in these special suits that were given to them by some phantom individual that we don't know who is. And they're incapacitated. Can you send somebody over to come get them?
Yeah. Can you take a shot of these guys with your phone or something?
Yeah, sure. Click. Send.
Holy shit.
What?
What am I supposed to do with these two?
Take them to the raft? I don't know. What do you normally do with people like this?
Okay. All right. Get out of there. Go someplace safe. Maybe go to that place I told you about. And I'll catch up with you later.
Yeah, we're thinking about it. Okay.
I'll send somebody out.
All right. Thanks.
Actually, a lot of somebodies.
Yeah, I'd send more than one. Bye. So yeah, we've got two options, guys. We either give the old Darius Wonder a visit, or we get the address of this warehouse that these guys were at and see if we can find anything there. What do you want to do?
Well, I mean, my thought is if these people want me, I'd rather surprise them than them surprise me.
Yeah.
I would agree. Our first attempt at safety has resulted in both of us being found by these villainous folk.
Yeah, but, I mean, the detective said that Darius could help us. Do we want to go there first? You guys seem to want to go to the warehouse. I was just thrown out there. I'm good either way.
I'm kind of sniffing around the rock guy. This is a suit he's wearing?
Yeah, it's like an organic suit, though. it seems to have bonded with him.
I'm kind of sniffing around and clawing at it.
Like as you're clawing at it, I mean, it definitely feels like rock, for sure. But there's a certain warmth to it that you wouldn't normally be getting off of like a true rock surface. I mean, he feels like the surface of it, like I said, still feels rocky and so forth, but it has the temperature of human flesh, like 98.6 on the dot.
Crazy. I'm just distracted by the suit right now, but I'll be like, also, yes, I still think we should go to the warehouse.
I'm okay with that. Get the address from him.
I'm kind of stretching as I kind of fall on the rock guy and be like, where is this warehouse? And kind of try to compel him to give up the goods as well.
Okay.
The cat compels thee. The cat compels thee. The cat
Oh,
compels
the
thee.
cat compels thee.
That's red for sure. 94.
Okay.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm gonna have to find some guys that have better psyches to go up against this damn cat.
Mentalists. It's always the weak point for villains.
He gives you the address of an old Roxxon warehouse. Roxxoff. In Staten Island. And as he said, it's just along the docks there in Staten, kind of facing Manhattan.
Okie dokie. Malachite, what's gonna be the quickest way for us to get there?
Well, I mean, I can take the underground route. Works for me.
I think we should probably stick together in case somebody tries to get us while we're on the way there.
What time is the ferry?
Well, it's hit and miss, probably. In all honesty, I mean, the ferry, comes and goes several times during the day, but is it running on its regular schedule because of the aftermath of the blip right now? Probably not. You could probably bet that there's probably going to be one, around 5 p.m. and it's probably around 3 this in the afternoon at this point.
Yeah, we should head that way then. Unless you want to. I mean, we're going to have to use it to get there anyway.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to ride the ferry.
Yeah, we can go that way.
Okay. Guess we can. The Comet had a car, right?
He did, yeah. But it's a 2-seater. and it definitely won't be fitting Malachite.
Gotcha.
So Spidey and the cat could probably jump in there with him.
All right.
I can meet you all there.
Yeah, well, we can take a bus over to the. Well, can you fit in a bus, Malachite?
No, I'll just meet you there.
Probably not.
No, nobody's gonna find me underground, so I'll just meet you all there.
Now, are you going to meet at the ferry, or are you going to go to Staten Island?
Let's meet at the ferry.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think you want to go all the way to the warehouse by yourself.
No,
you just show up there. Lord knows what will be waiting for us. All right, we'll see you at the ferry.
All right, sounds good.
Now, just for the record, Malachite, this little warehouse that you've been kind of shacking up in has pretty much been ruined at this point. So If there's anything here that you want to salvage and take with you, now would probably be the time, because this place is going to be overrun by cops here pretty shortly.
He grabs his pillow. That's it.
I got my pillow.
It's just flat as a pancake. You know my head's heavy.
So it looks like my son's pillow that he carries around with him at all times.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
And then, Pete, is there anything that you want to do? You guys have got about 2 hours to kill before the ferry.
I kind of walk up to Spider-Man and kind of paw at his leg. Tap, tap, tap.
I don't think he's paying attention.
Tap, tap.
Clint, are you there?
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. I spaced out. What's going on?
The cat's tapping you on your leg,
What?
trying to get your attention.
Yes, Mr. Cuddle Bear.
I would have that other can of tuna now.
Dude, you just had tuna like an hour ago.
Yes, and that was before the mighty battle. Now
Yes, we need to kind of ration. We need to ration these things. Tuna is not something that I can get on a regular basis.
I'm just flabbergasted right now.
I'm sorry, but we need to wait for the tuna. More tuna, okay? You can't be starving.
I am a large cat.
And I'm a large boy, so yeah.
Whose kind of base was this? Whose smell is the strongest here?
Malachite's.
I'll run over to him, start kind of pawing at his leg.
What do you want?
I am hungry.
Congratulations.
He just ate an hour ago.
So what would you like me to do about that?
Surely there's food here.
I mean, you can check the drawers over there. There's not much.
And then start sniffing around. That's basically what I'll be doing until we leave, is sniffing around to find something to eat.
There is like a little mini fridge over in the corner. And you can certainly smell that there's something in there for sure.
I'll go in the fridge.
Giant Rock Man has a mini fridge.
Yes.
Of course he does.
Yes, he does.
Of course. Why not?
He's 19 years old. Of course he has a mini fridge.
Yeah, I'll go and phase into the fridge and see what I can.
Oh, go phase in. Okay, all right. That lack of thumbs just has no effect on you, does it?
Doesn't stop him.
I was expecting you to just sit outside the refrigerator and meow for about 5 minutes. Meow, 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 meow. That's what my cat does.
Malachite just rips the door off the refrigerator.
All right, so you're able to kind of salvage some food out of there. There's some lunch meat, probably about a week old in there, probably.
All right. I'm sure that's still good.
And it's probably around about that point where you start to hear sirens off in the distance. So
yeah, we need to go.
Likely time to make haste.
Come on, Mr. Cuddle Bear.
All right.
See you guys at the ferry.
Yeah. We'll just go out the front door. If we can.
On your way there, I'm going to just leave this map up for the time being. On your way there, is there anything that anybody feels like they need to do before you catch the ferry?
Not really, no.
Okay. All right. So you have a little bit of time to kill while you're there waiting. And I'll give you just a little bit of time now that I think Spidey and Mr. Cuddlebear have had an apt opportunity to kind of learn a little bit about each other, but maybe I'll give you a little bit of time here to kind of talk to Malachite.
How's the trip over, guys?
Just dandy. So, yeah. So, what's your story, dude? What, what? You're big.
Story?
You can burrow.
Yeah.
You can
Is your
kick
stone
ass.
composition actually Malachite?
I'm sorry?
Is your stone composition actually Malachite?
Yes.
Kind of sniffing.
So, I mean, this was all a mistake, an accident in the lab. I don't really want to talk too much about it.
I too was an accident.
You were an accident? How'd you happen?
My former human tried to become more than just her former human self. She was not a good girl. But when these blip occurred, she became as dust like many others, and I, through an happy coincidence, took her place. And then I became ascended.
I see. What about you, Spidey?
Kind of just got bit by a radioactive spider and woke up with the powers one day.
You are fortunate. Normally that would just kill someone.
Yeah, no kidding.
It was, I guess, a non-venomous radioactive spider.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, So what? I mean, what? You've got the warehouse and all that. How'd you come by that?
It was just empty.
It's pretty impressive.
Well, I needed a place to stay that would fit me, so.
Are you a scientist?
Yes, you could say that.
Excellent.
I studied earth science and network security.
Excellent.
So
it's fine that we have intellect on the team.
What all can you do then?
Well, you've seen the hyper digging. Pretty good at fighting. You got some martial arts background. Got armor skin. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you can take a blow. That's for sure.
Yeah. Brute strength. That's just about it. I can absorb some energy. That's helpful in these types of situations. So that's about all I know about so far.
Yeah. So
haven't had these powers super long.
So, Mr. Cuddlebear, yeah, you can obviously walk through walls and all that crap, and you've got some sort of, I guess, suggestive powers.
What would make you suggest that?
Hey.
Well, you've kind of gotten information out of people.
I can be persuasive.
What else can you be?
I'm possessing of a massive intellect. I am still coming to understand the extent of my abilities. But I am able to... How should I put this in a way that does not make hear me? I can give people ideas and compel them to act on them.
Power of suggestion.
I would never do that with friends. I am a good boy. Though I could go for another can of tea.
You didn't know. Not yet. You just ate whatever was in that fridge. Yeah, if you don't stop eating, you're going to become a very large good boy. Yeah, so got a question for you, Malachite.
Yeah.
When we were talking to the Red Rocket, you mentioned a girlfriend?
Yeah, that's
what's
kind of
going on there? Well, it's obviously people are using that to harm you or find you, so it would be kind of nice for us to know what's going on too, since we're all hanging around now.
It's not a girlfriend. I would say that.
Okay.
The feelings were not mutual. I had feelings, she did not.
Oh, and that never ends well, but there's got to be more to the story, and the more we know, the less surprises there are going to be in the future.
You know a name, Dr. Banner?
Bruce Banner?
That's the one.
I've heard of him.
You know his girlfriend?
You do not.
No. He didn't say he
Well.
had a girlfriend. Oh,
Technically, they're married.
and you had a crush on her?
You're good at connecting dots.
And who is this woman?
Betty.
Betty.
That's all I want to say.
Does she need to be warned?
I'm sorry?
Does she need to be warned?
No. She thinks I'm dead. She should be fine.
Is Betty a soup?
Is Betty a soup?
Does she have superpowers?
No.
Okay.
Is that what we call ourselves, soups?
No.
Because I'm not in with the lingo.
You can call yourself whatever you want. Actually, yeah, since we're kind of a group, we need to come up with a cool name.
That's about the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
The Cuddle Bear Cadre.
I stand corrected. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yes, I'm going to agree with you there. No, everybody's got a name. The Avengers.
The tuna cans.
No, we can come up with something better than that. We'll figure it out.
All right. Well, we can say that you wasted enough time there to get a little bit of information and
Probably some brain cells too.
Head over to Staten Island with on the ferry. Once you get over there, it pretty much lands pretty much in the warehouse district where the docks are down there. So it's really a pretty short walk to this old Roxxon building. And once you get there, it's in an area that is kind of derelict and run down. Most of these places around here have been shut down for a while prior to the blip. And you can come across this one fairly easily. The Roxxon sign has been mostly taken down. There's an O and two X's, so it just looks like a kiss and two hugs on the side. And the place is completely boarded up. A lot of the windows on the sides are broken, and there's a big, probably 8-foot tall barbed wire fence that surrounds the entire building, but connected to it. So it has like a rather large lot out in front and off to the west side, and then it's kind of connected at the back and the east side of the building.
It's what early evening at this point?
Yeah, you're probably around 5:30, 6 o'clock.
Not too much foot traffic around.
No, not in this area. Pretty desolate. I mean, it's you can kind of see the tumbleweed going by.
So what's our plan, guys?
Well, hold on. Let me see if I can. I'm not really getting anything from my spidey sense. Am I getting anything from my spidey sense, Chris?
You're gonna probably want to roll that.
Gotcha.
I can't remember what rank that was.
Remarkable.
Okay.
Got a green.
Nothing's really kind of setting your dander up.
Okay.
Seems to be pretty quiet.
Gotcha. So I'm not getting anything back. Yeah, seems to feel pretty quiet in there. Got to be a way to get her through the fence without phasing through it.
Oh, I was gonna say, do we want to like try to find a concealed way to enter, or do we just walk through the?
Well, I mean, it's kind of hard to hide him. I say, pointing to Malachite.
Oh,
Well, I can go under the ground if you guys want to follow behind.
yes, you could dig us a tunnel.
Yeah, that's true. We could do that. Just watch out for,
Gas mains.
Gas mains, subway, sewers, water.
Not my first rodeo. I think I'll be all right.
Okay. Yep, let's do it that way.
Okay. Malachite, go ahead and roll this time, since we're trying to kind of not exactly sneak in, but at least to avoid said issues. Go
So
ahead
what do I
and give me a
roll for that?
You're going to roll your power rank on that one.
Okay. Yikes. All right. Well, yellow.
I think
95.
we're good.
That should be on the remarkable, though, I think, isn't it?
Remarkable is a 95 is a red.
Oh, yeah, your hyper digging is remarkable. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yep, I did the wrong one. My bad.
That's all right, but the 95 certainly would get you in there. That's definitely not a problem. So
Still yellow.
that would put you at a red on the 95. So yeah, you're able to dig through and then pop up just kind of in the middle of the warehouse. You have to kind of bust through the concrete, to get in there. But for a man of your strength, that should be no issue. So you guys pop in, and the warehouse is dusty, dirty, grimy, with the windows, having been blown out in different places. A lot of the dirt and grime has kind of found its way inside. There's a lot of empty and some semi-filled barrels, oil barrels there. It is a Roxxon building, so that was kind of their main intake was oil. Empty pallets all over the place, broken here, some solid, stacked up, up to the ceiling in some areas. In the middle of the warehouse, though, there were two large crates that have been opened, and the packaging material has now kind of blown all over the place in here. But based off of the size of them, those are certainly what housed the armors that Rock and Redeemer had confiscated for themselves.
Let's go check it out.
Yeah, gonna sniff around. And
Okay.
Are there any other scents other than maybe the two dudes?
You can sniff around a little bit.
Oh, the remarkable is yellow.
Yellow.
For my hyper smell, hyper olfactory.
There are some other scents there. They're a little bit more faint. But yeah, there were other individuals that had been in contact with this, to your best guess, prior to it being brought here.
I'm just gonna try to mentally log those scents in case I come across them again.
Okay, and you got a yellow, right?
Mm-hmm.
You smell 3. Two of them are kind of sweaty. But the third one has an acrid kind of scent to it that if you had to draw some sort of correlation, it is ever so slightly similar to Malachite's scent.
The acrid one?
Mm-hmm. Almost smells like pennies.
Yeah. I'll kind of mention, like, there's a scent here similar to yours, Malachite, but somewhat like copper.
Okay.
Is there like you said packaging had gone all over the place. Is there anything that looks like an instruction manual?
No, not in here.
There were 3 others here.
How do you know?
I can smell them. One like the Malachite, and then 2 others.
Can you follow the scent? See where they might have gone?
So the 2 guys that were in the suits, and then one other person.
Is that what you meant, Chris, or did you mean 3 different?
It was not the 2 guys that were in the suits, so you definitely smelled those. You were looking for something other than that,
right?
So you smelled 2 more plus the one that had the more acrid kind of smell.
Yeah, I'll explain that.
So grand total of 5 probably.
Oh, okay, well, okay, so 3 other people then. Any tire tracks or anything like that?
You'd have to go outside for that, for sure. But if you're specifically looking for it, it's hard to kind of discern. You can give me you got a heightened senses kind of thing, right?
Yep.
Give me a roll on that.
I got a green.
I botched.
Okay, yeah.
Ooh, Jesus.
Yeah. Nope, nothing going on out there.
Not getting any feedback on that right now.
Literal 1. That's hardcore.
Uh-huh.
You broke your nose.
At least I did it on something like that.
Yeah, for sure. I was gonna try to see if I could pick up a trail. I got the green.
Okay. It does lead you outside to pretty much where Spidey is kind of just scouring the area, and he's got his hands on the back of his hips there and just kind of stretching and looking out. Nothing much to look at out here. And you end up going kind of right beside him and sniffing, and the trail kind of dissipates, very close to where he's standing. And you look and you see that there were some fairly recent tire treads in the gravel out here. All of the other stuff looks pretty old, but there's a little bit more of a deeper rut kind of right where he's standing. And he just completely missed it.
I was gonna mention, looks like they left from here.
Huh? What?
Kind of call it the tracks. And the...
Oh yeah. I saw that. I was going to mention that.
When? Just curious.
When they left? When did they leave? You mean?
No. When were you going to mention it?
When I came back inside.
Right. Just want to clear that up.
keep exploring inside, I guess.
As far as being able to track that in this urban setting and a scent that was several weeks old, like even prior to the blip, you're probably not going to be able to figure out where they went, and likely they got into a truck and took
Sure.
off.
I'm gonna say perhaps there's more clues inside.
Mm-hmm.
And I go back in and see if we can find something. Anything?
Mm-hmm. You want to roll another intuition once you get inside?
Ooh, 15 is white. It's for white.
Okay.
I got nothing.
That would be the roll for that, Chris.
Okay, thank you. As far as that goes, nothing.
Any feeling? Nothing?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Gotcha. I'm not picking up anything, guys.
Dead end.
Well, should we just start walking around inside?
But they said they were supposed to bring you back here. So I guess they were going to call him or something when they got back. Whoever was
think
going
they
to...
would. You probably wouldn't think much about a cat walking around a warehouse. If you're willing to explore.
Yeah. We'll walk around. We didn't find out if there was we didn't ask if there was a time frame that they were supposed to meet them, or if there was just a signal or a call.
Yeah, forgot to ask.
Malachite, you're a little taller than both of your fellow investigators here. Why don't you give me an intuition roll as well?
Alrighty. 21, white.
Yay.
Yeah.
You look really good
We
on
are
all that.
kicking Utay this evening.
Yeah, I feel like this is one of those we probably should have called Kirby.
Yeah.
So as far as looking for clues and everything in here, there's not a lot really to go on. Like I said, there's been several weeks since these two guys picked up the equipment in the first place. So really anything to try to follow, unless it just happened to just jump out at you, there's really nothing here to really be gleaned. This
Darn it.
looks
Dead
like
end.
it's pretty much just a pick up and drop off point.
All right.
All right. Well, I guess we should head over to Darius's then.
And where was he again?
He's at 39th and Broadway.
In the city.
Mm-hmm.
Back to the ferry.
Dun, dun, dun.
That was the last ferry of the night.
That's what I was worried about. Malachite,
Yeah,
can you tunnel under the river?
I can. You want to go down that far?
I'll hold that
You guys
thought a
comfortable with
second
it?
here. If the comet is with you.
Yeah.
He asks for Malachite to try to grab a big chunk of metal and bring it out to the bay.
Okay.
Gonna boat it across?
That's pretty much what he's going to do. You're going to all climb on top of this giant surfboard. And he's going to use his elemental control to get you across the bay.
Yeah. Mr. Cuddlebear, you probably should get in my bag, I would think.
Sure.
So
don't want you falling off.
you get this chunk of metal from out back of the Roxxon building and toss it into the bay. It lands. It's kind of a heavy aluminum, so it's got a little bit of buoyancy to it. And Comet jumps on Christian and he says, "All right, come on, quick before I lose this thing." and motions for all of you to jump on board. You guys jump on, and then he throws his hand back, and then this big wave kind of catches the backside of it and then starts to just roll. And you guys are surfing across Hudson Bay.
Listening to Beach Boys the whole way.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Yep.
Spidey starts humming a Beach Boys tune.
And then it'll take you probably about 45 minutes or so once you reach the other side to make your way to Broadway and 39th to find the House of Ganymede. And if you guys will pardon me, I've got bronchitis and my voice is starting to go. So if it gives out, I apologize.
No.
Oh, good.
It'll make it more fun.
It will, won't it?
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was going to be able to make it through tonight without it giving out, but I can feel it going.
I think it's just
That winter,
honey.
that Christmas season retail cold.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So the House of Ganymede is situated off of Broadway's East End in an old abandoned church that has been admittedly haphazardly put together as a shelter house within the past 2 weeks since Thanos' Snap. Unfortunately, the Church of the Holy Innocents, which was the original inhabitant of the building, was shut down mere months before Ganymede was set up. So it was still in decent condition, so little renovations were needed to at least get this new business up and running. The house is adorned with red doors at the front entrance and 3 rose windows that overlook the street from the 2nd and 3rd floors. Entering on the main floor at the front, there are several rooms off to the right and left, and a beautiful white and gray marble floor. So the church is open if you would like to just walk inside.
Am I getting any weird feelies about this?
There are numerous people probably within this building, but nothing that's really setting your dander up too much. But you get a sense that there are other people around for sure.
Okie dokie. Yeah, that feels decent enough to go in, guys. I mean, it's a shelter, so I don't see what the issue is going to be.
Right.
So I'm all for going in.
Okay. Well, there is a desk just inside the front entrance, and it's currently unmanned. When you guys came in, though,
Is there a bell?
You take note, actually, as you were coming in, there was a bell on the door that kind of announced your entrance as you came in.
Gotcha.
And from down the hallway, you can hear footsteps approaching. Sneaker clad. And off in the dim light, they don't have all of the electricity up and running in here. But it's a woman that is coming your way at this point. And to answer your question, Clint, yes. Numerous.
Yeah.
We're having secrets. We're having secrets.
We're having secrets.
And this woman, as she approaches, she is probably in her late 30s, maybe early 40s, and is dressed comfortably, but still somewhat professionally, and has kind of long auburn hair. And she says, hi there. Can I help you guys?
Yeah, hi. I am Peter. and I was told to come here and ask for a Mr. Darius Wonder.
Oh,
He said,
yes, yeah. Well, welcome. I'm glad you got the card. That's great.
who are you?
Sorry, Vera. Vera Cantor.
Very nice to meet you, Vera.
Good to meet you too. It's good to have several of you come in at once. That's awesome.
What kind of place is this?
Well, I tell you what. Wait right here. I'm going to go get Darius, and he can introduce himself, and I'm sure he'd love to take you around and show you the place.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Okay, I'll be right back. You just wait right here. I'll be right back.
Okay.
And she goes off into the distance once again and around the corner.
Any guys have what the hell's going on? Anyone?
Get a sniff around and just kind of get a see if I recognize any scents.
Nothing recognizable that you had smelled before. At least in the last couple of days. And then a few moments later, Vera comes back around and is followed by this kind of tall, thin, lanky, bearded, long-haired, kind of hippie-looking dude with a beaming smile and a loosely knit sweater with khaki cargo shorts and Birkenstocks. And he rushes over to you guys and grabs each of your hands with a hearty greeting, except for the cat, of course. And he goes, hello to all of you. I'm so glad you're here, I must say. Wow, look at you. And is this Spider-Man? Vera, it's our lucky day. Spider-Man is here. I understand there was a bit of a dust-up at Hell's Kitchen's police station. No one was terribly hurt, I understand.
Yeah, that's Detective McCarty told us to come down and say hi to you. What's going on?
Oh, well, good. So glad to hear. I'm glad that he gave my card to you. Wouldn't want any of our boys in blue to go down defending their own castle now, would we? You guys did such a good job. From the sound of it, we have you to thank, and this little cat, right? Hello there. And he gives you a nice rough pet on the head and a little scritch behind the ears.
Hello.
Well done, I must say. Well done indeed. So, I suppose you're wondering who I am, yes? Well, if you aren't familiar with the House of Ganymede, I can't say I'm too surprised. We only opened up our doors within the last few weeks for wayward souls just like yourselves. Individuals who've been orphaned in the aftermath of the snap. Kids with nowhere to go. Come on, I'll take you on a little tour, and you can ask me any questions that you have. I'm an open book. And I will share with you who this looks like. Oops. There you go. It's Russell Brand.
It's Russell
Trying to get him to the Greek.
Exactly. I feel like I need to do some yoga.
I'll ask him how he came to have this place.
Well, I set aside quite a bit of money a long time ago for something just like this, just in case it ever was needed. And when half of the Earth's population disappeared, I figured, well, now's the time.
You said it's for people like us, meaning just people that are orphaned by the blip, or people that are like us?
Oh, definitely people that are like you, for sure. There's not a lot of welcoming places around like that, and Unfortunately, there's a lot of people that have been orphaned not only by the Blip, but by the people that they love because of the powers that they have. And I'm here to try to at least offer someplace for you to catch up, regroup, maybe find a family of your own.
Are you like us?
Yes. Yes, I am.
You hear that, Spidey? He's a soup.
Yeah. Cool.
I was
Well,
gonna
here.
make a British soup, but I don't know any.
What'd you say?
So I was gonna come up with a British soup, but then I couldn't think of it.
Iron Fist.
He kind of takes you down the main hallway, and there are offices that encompass that area. Actually, you know what? I was kind of working on a map. Let me just see if I can pull this up here for you. This is a work in progress, so bear with me.
Screen of gray. There we go.
Okay, so let me see if I can get him out here.
Why are you
quick.
spinning, Mr. Cuddle Bear?
I was trying to do the zoom out again, and I don't do it right. It just spins him.
No, I don't have any walls or anything set up, so you can kind of move freely, but stick close to the aquarium there.
Okay.
Oh, this is Aquarium here?
His name is not visible to you, but to Russell Brand.
Oh.
Stay close to Darius there.
Go on, comment.
So this main area here is just kind of the greeting area with a couple of offices off to either side there. And then as you head down the main hallway, down this way, this appears to be some sort of kind of a very rough-hewn training room. There's like targets at both ends, you know, for like target practice. There's kind of a little the martial arts kind of fighting dummies that are in there, punching bags, stuff like that, and like a little area, you know, for like wrestling and facing off against one another there too. Let me get my map up here, or my notes. He does introduce you again to Vera Cantor, and says that she was a former elementary school teacher who decided to join the House of Ganymede as a counselor, and she's currently running the information desk until Darius can find someone to take over that position. There are several other empty rooms set aside for meeting rooms and the like, and then traveling down the narrow hallway that we just came through is the large room that's kind of set aside for training purposes so the residents can practice their powers safely. When you head up the stairs, off there to your right and left, that takes you up to the second floor, which if you scan out on the map and then move way up here, will take you upstairs. In this area right in here is what he refers to as the dormitories. These have been set up for incoming residents to bunk up. And there's a couple of kids that are meandering about. There's a Japanese girl that seems to be maybe about 15, 16 years old. And he introduces her to you guys as Janice Januszewski.
Januszewski?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds Russian.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Mm-hmm. She's a bit aloof and just kind of nods at you and then just kind of walks past.
What's up her butt?
Well, she's new and she's just getting to know everyone at this point. She's a bit of a loner, but once you get down to the meat of it, she's a sweet little girl.
Okay.
As she passes from the hallway just beyond her, there's another kid who looks down the hall and does a double take and just freezes. And you look and you see he has a Spider-Man t-shirt on. Blonde kid that's probably about 14 or 15 years old, and he sees Spider-Man in the hallway, and he just kind of freezes and runs in your direction. And he's like, "Oh my God, is it really you?"
Yeah.
And he hugs you, just and picks you up very easily. Picks you up.
Put me down. Put me down.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Really sorry. Adam Aronson. Hi. Really a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
And he just keeps shaking your hand.
Yeah. Okay. I can tell you're a fan.
Are you going to be staying here?
I don't know yet. Maybe.
Oh, man, this place is awesome. I mean, I've only been here about a week or so, but Darius, man, he's really super cool, and you're super cool, and I'm so happy that you're here. This is awesome. Darius, you didn't tell me that he was coming. I didn't know he was coming. He just showed up at the door. Oh my God, is he going to stay? Well, I hope so. I hope he does. Yes. But let's not rush him. Let's just give him a little bit of breathing room.
Who are you again?
Adam Aronson. Some of the folks around here have been calling me Machine Teen.
Machine Teen?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now, off of him, you're getting nothing. But he's definitely super strong because, I mean, he picked you up really easy.
Yeah.
But you are getting nothing off of him.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Adam. I'm sure we'll cross paths again soon.
Oh, that's awesome. Anything you need, man, just let me know. I'd be happy to show you around, introduce you to anybody else. But awesome. So glad you're here.
Great to be here.
And he goes running off down the hallway, and he's like yelling at he opens the door. Guys, Spider-Man is here! Slam. And he goes in. And Darius says, okay, well, sorry about that. They can be a bit of a fanboy now and again, especially when someone famous shows up. So you're the most famous one, though. So congratulations.
Great. What do I win?
Well, you win a trip to the sanctuary. Follow me.
Sanctuary.
So this is the old sanctuary of the church. Not much really has changed in here other than the holy decor, such as the crosses and statues, have been removed. The space kind of feels a little bit cavernous and empty without them. And Darius says that he's not really sure what the room will be used for until the numbers begin to increase. But he says, all right, well, in a nutshell, that's the building. Not much to look at, unfortunately, right now, but, certainly room to grow. I'm sure you all have questions for me. As I said before, I'm an open book. Hit me with whatever you got. I'll never lie to you.
How many more do you expect to come?
I really haven't a clue. With New York being such a hub of superhero activity, or superpowered activity, perhaps I should say, I would expect this to be a bit of a hotbed of activity. But of course, so many people were lost in the blip. It's hard to say how many are left that had powers before it all started.
Do you not worry that gathering so many people of so much ability puts a target on this place?
I'm sure it probably does. But hopefully if we have enough here, we can defend ourselves properly, don't you think?
Yeah, well, I mean, what if we stay here? What's gonna be required of us?
I'm not requiring anything of you, to be honest. Just some place to lay your head.
So we can come and go as we please?
Yeah, I'm not here to tell you what you can and can't do. I'm certainly here to help you if you need it, and perhaps maybe we can come to some sort of agreement as to what the House of Ganymede needs to be. What can I be for you? What can we be together?
Sort of a hostel meets co-op. But for
Sure,
heroes.
sure. We're here to help each other and perhaps maybe to help others in need here in our city in this time of strife, don't you think?
Yeah, it's a great idea. Nothing.
Give me 1 second here, Clint.
Actually, I did roll off the wrong column on that, but it would still be a white. Very much a white.
Well, there's not much I can give you. We'll have to come back around to that, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
So really, no, this is just a safe haven for now. What we become, I think it depends on who else we bring in and really what you want this to be.
Well, I feel like we should be completely honest with you here. If you bring us in, for some reason, all of us have been attacked in two different instances since we helped the police station out.
Well, I would say that that's probably not as uncommon as you think, especially right now.
Technically, 2 of us were attacked.
2 of you?
No, 4 of us.
You were very much specifically the target of the vulture, as was Malachite was the target of the other people.
Yeah, if you want to be specific, sure.
So you're saying that other people here have been attacked as well?
Yeah, I would say easily most of the other children that are here have had a run-in or 2, and it's sort of what probably brought them to me. Many of them have been in hiding, not just since the snap, but even prior to that, either hiding from their own parents or hiding from the law or whatever the case may be. People don't really understand those with superpowers. They look at the heroes like the Avengers, and they had been accepting of that for quite some time just because, well, they saved New York in the Great Battle several years ago, of course. International news. But then that terrible explosion that happened and Sokovia has cast a bit of a shadow on those of us with superpowers, and now knowing that half of Earth's population was taken away in the blink of an eye due to a superhero battle, well, we're not being looked very kindly upon at this time.
So the people that have been attacked, has anyone been attacked by the same person or group of people? Or is it all different?
Out of the children that are here, I don't believe that there's been any correlation between them, no.
Interesting.
And I would say most of them have probably been attacked by just regular, normal, everyday humans that just don't understand who they are or what they are. But you've been attacked by other powered individuals. Is that what you're saying?
Right.
Yes.
And this has been fairly recent then, I suppose.
Today.
Today, oh dear.
Well, I can't go back to the apartment.
Well, you can certainly stay here. That's what we're here for.
We can't go back to your warehouse, Malachite. They
Yeah,
obviously know
that's
where to
gone.
find you. So I guess we're kind of, if we want a roof over our head, we're kind of stuck here. So the Comet doesn't know anybody in town. Mr. Cuddlebear, do you know any other place we might be able to stay?
Other than the...
You said your lab was destroyed, right?
Yes, and the subway system is very smelly.
Yeah, it doesn't really work that well for us. They'd kick us out.
No.
This place seems like it would have ample cans of tuna.
Well, if not, then we can go and get it for you.
He's kind of a stickler for tuna.
I
A
would
lot.
also do chicken.
Canned chicken?
Again, I would look like you're crazy.
But you eat canned tuna.
Tuna comes in a can.
Chicken comes in a can.
I have never seen chicken in it.
Tuna is the chicken of the sea.
You've never seen chicken in a can?
No, my human would never do such thing. She would. We would have, if we had chicken, it was prepared.
Okay. Alrighty then.
For him, canned tuna was like a treat.
Okay.
But like
No,
he's
I
from a rich
don't.
family, like they would like make meals and stuff with canned tuna. Like it.
So, what's his last name again?
Wonder.
Mr. Wonder, how many kids do you have here right now?
Well, first off, you don't have to call me Mr. Wonder. Actually, I told you I wasn't going to keep any secrets from you. This Darius Wonder is a persona that I put out there for the mundanes. My real name is Wondar. I am actually not from this planet.
Okay.
I was sent to Earth as a child in the 1920s, and my friends now have come to call me the Aquarian. And I believe that comes from my stint on Broadway in a particular musical called Hair.
You were in Hair?
And Jesus Christ Superstar, yes.
Who'd you play?
Well, Jesus, of course.
In Hair.
Oh, Burger.
Of course.
Oh, Lord.
But I come from the planet to come. And when I was sent here by my parents, I was bombarded with cosmic rays upon entering Earth space and landed in the swamps of southern Florida. And you read the comic books, right? I'm pretty sure those Simon and Schuster boys somehow got hold of my story and turned me into Superman.
What planet were you from again?
Dakam.
How do you spell that?
Dakkam.
Gotcha.
How far away was it?
Truthfully, I don't know. The planet is numerous light years away, but since I'm unable to travel, I'm really not quite aware of how space travel really works. I know I can't get back there anytime soon.
Tried clicking your heels together?
Can't do that.
There's no way to communicate with your people?
I was not provided with that, no. I was sent in a bit of an emergency, and not long after I landed, I was attacked by assassins from Decam representing the religious order known as the Triumvirate, who had my birth parents murdered for spreading rumors. And sadly, after that, I was locked away for many years on Earth by an organization known as Project Pegasus. And it was there I came into contact with one of the Infinity Stones, one of the ones that Thanos used to blip half of humanity and half of creation out of existence. But it was a combination of the cosmic rays coursing through my body and the contact with this infinity gem that brought my powers to fruition and opened up my mind to the universe. And I was able to break free from the facility in the late 1960s. So I set up a new identity. I started on Broadway for a little bit, back in the early 70s and 80s. But I knew the day of the snap was going to come. So I set up a fund from my earnings on Broadway to mature so that I could set up this sanctuary when the time came.
You knew this was going to happen?
I did.
Wait, didn't
Oh.
you stop it?
I couldn't stop it. No one could stop it. The Avengers couldn't stop it.
Well, you knew it was going to happen. You could have done. When did you know that it was going to happen? A long time ago.
Probably about 1968.
But you could have done so much to try to stop it.
There was nothing that could be done. There's only one answer to the question. There was only one way to solve this.
To let it happen?
No. Well, I'm afraid so.
There's always another way.
Here, come.
That's bullshit.
Let me share something with you. Come. Sit. And he sits on the floor cross-legged.
Okay. I'll sit on the floor cross-legged.
Come on, all three, all of you, come, sit. Put the cat in your lap.
I'll sit.
And he puts his hand out both ways. Take my hand.
Malachite can't sit cross-legged, so he just plops down on his ass.
Take my hand. All right. You take his hand?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. This feels a little weird and a real kind of new agey bullshit. But he says to you, close your eyes, breathe deeply.
What has this got to do?
Just do as I tell you to. Just take a nice, deep, cleansing breath. Close your eyes. As soon as you let out that little expulsion of air, suddenly your minds expand and you see colors.
That's what she said.
Flying past you at lightning speed, and a tunnel of stars floods your vision. You can hear the thoughts of everyone in the circle and expands out to the rest of the building and then out to the street and then all of New York and beyond. When it all seems to be too much, everything caves back in on itself and you are alone, floating in a sea of galaxies. You see off in the distance this little pinpoint of light that slowly begins to grow. And it morphs into the great city of Wakanda. Now, you've never seen this city before, but somehow instinctually, you know it is that place simply by the imagery. And a great shield has been risen to protect the city from a horde of frightening invaders. You see the members of the Black Order commanding this alien battalion as they swarm the shield, sacrificing themselves in wave after wave until finally breaching it as the Avengers and the people of Wakanda stand ready to defend. A great battle ensues, and as hard as they fight, the heroes seem to be losing. And then the sky suddenly erupts with thunder and lightning, announcing the arrival of the thunder god Thor, who brings with him 2 members of the Guardians of the Galaxy, Rocket Raccoon and Groot. The battle turns as the heroes are drawn outside the city to defend the Vision from Thanos. The Scarlet Witch is faced with the horrible decision to rip the Mind Stone from the Vision as Thanos approaches. Holding off the Mad Titan, she destroys the stone, along with it the Vision whom she has grown to love. Thanos approaches her, stating that he understands the sacrifice that she has made, and then uses the Time Stone to reverse time, reforming the Vision's body and ripping the stone from him once again, adding the final piece to his Infinity Gauntlet. And then suddenly from the heavens he is struck down by Thor's axe, and the Avenger lunges at him and pushes the axe further into the tyrant's chest, and Thanos says, "You should have aimed for the head." And he snaps his fingers. And then there is dust. A dust each of you are all too familiar with. Your hearts reel again with the despair and the grief that came along with losing your families and friends as you relive that moment again. But then something else happens. A new feeling overtakes that despair. It's a feeling of hope. And in this moment, at this time, you know that you are right where you are supposed to be. And somehow, someday, things will be set right. You don't know how, and you don't know when, but all of this was not for naught. And then the vision completes, and you are seated once again in this circle. But you now, those fears, that concern of why didn't you do something? You know that there was nothing to be done. And Peter, you also see a particular vision that is maybe not revealed to the other two. And it is in the moments before the snap in another place. And you see Doctor Strange and Tony Stark. And you see Tony look at Doctor Strange. And he holds up one finger. Just the same way that Darius held up the one finger to you just now. And that means something.
Do I know what that means?
Other than there's only one thing that could be done, and it has been done.
Okay.
And that feeling of hope that comes along with this movement of the finger. there is peace that comes with this. With all the despair that surrounds that one moment in time, you now feel at peace. Now, here's the thing, lads. Since being subjected to the power of the cosmic rays over 100 years ago, I've been able to have visions just like the one that I shared with you. Visions of the past, the present, and the future. Something I call the sacred timeline. Now, when I see the visions of the future, sometimes they come true, sometimes they don't. This is what a lot of people refer to as the butterfly effect, where something you do now affects the future in different ways. I've always been cautious to make decisions on what I've seen in my future visions. But now, I have to tell you something. Since the vision I just shared with you, I have yet to have any more future visions. The blip broke the sacred timeline. Our future, for the first time in galactic history, is unwritten. But you felt what I did, yeah? Hope. There is hope, lads. And I think we can foster that hope by finding others like us and ensuring that life can endure. So what do you say, lads? Want to change the world with me?
I mean, I guess I got nothing better to do.
I believe it is my purpose, though I also believe with sounder strategy, we can avoid silly mistakes. Like, I don't know, giving the Mad Titan a freaking time stone. That's obviously out of character. But yes. Because really, like, without it, he can't do it. Like, without the time stone, he fails. There's no other way he can get the time stone except for giving it to him. You can literally hide it anywhere in time. There's no way for him to find it. Oh, it drives me insane. Anyway, I'm sorry.
And Clint, to answer your question, yeah. That's why it was only used. I got that part.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well,
I think I'm picking up on some of these secrets.
Obviously. Mikasa is Sukasa. I'll have Adam take you to the dorm so you can pick out your rooms. I suppose we'll need to go on a little run for some food for the little one here, right?
Just if he'll eat anything.
Make yourselves at home, get to know each other, and we will have some dinner tonight and we can discuss the future later.
Okay.
And he hops up and heads out. And he sends Adam back in, very excited to show you guys to your rooms.
Great. Yeah. Hey again, Adam.
Hey, okay, so I'm going to show you. There's a couple of bunks that we got set aside for you guys. I assume that you all kind of want to be pretty close together since you came together, and I can set you guys up.
Yeah, that'd be great. Appreciate it.
So he takes you over into this area right in here. So this big room in this area right here would be for you guys.
Boop.
And he tries to pump you guys for information for a bit, but then he kind of gets the hint that you guys kind of probably want to be alone for a little bit so you can have a little discussion yourselves. So he'll take his leave, and I will kind of let you guys at this point kind of tell me what you guys want to do from here forward. you now have at least somewhere that is kind of a centralized location for you, and someone that is certainly willing to assist in certain ways, but he hasn't really set forth any particular plan for you. And what do you guys want to do at this point? We've got a couple of dangling plot threads out there.
Is Dude in here with us?
Nah, he left.
Okay.
Oh, you mean Darius?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'll take him out of there so he doesn't distract you.
Yeah, I gotta say to everybody that I feel like it's only a matter of time before he asks something of us.
I would agree.
No one is truly altruistic. Except maybe children.
Yeah. Yeah, but
he's too much all about what we want to do. Why is he singling us out? He's got a lot of other superheroes here. Why is it that he's catering to us? What do you want the future to be? It's just a little weird.
Yes. But he may be useful.
Yeah. You guys trust him?
Do we play the game for a little while? I don't know if I trust him.
I don't either.
Something's off.
Yeah. He knew it was going to happen and did nothing.
Yes, that disturbs me as well.
I don't care about all that holistic hoodoo voodoo. He could have stopped it.
Or at least tried.
Exactly. I mean, people probably would have thought he was crazy. But somebody would have listened. The Avengers would have listened. They knew what was going on.
It strikes me almost like a religious fervor, the belief in the...
Yeah.
What he said, sacred timeline?
Yeah. So what are we going to do? I mean, the warehouse was a bust.
Well, safety in numbers. You guys were the ones targeted, so...
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm worried about. I mean, are we putting all these kids here in danger by staying here? So what do we got? We got to figure out who's trying to capture you, Malachite, and figure out why the Vulture was coming back after me. That could have been totally personal, but I don't think it was.
Well, I mean, it's been a while. Do we want to try to hit up the warehouse again?
Yeah, we could go back.
We can get that surfboard back up and running.
Yeah, or do we want to wait till tomorrow? Or do we want to do it at night? Well, no one's around.
Maybe there's a way we can trace the suits themselves. Like find out who makes such things. And that could give us a clue to who's behind it, whoever's after Malachite.
Yeah, but the suits are gone from the warehouse now.
But our detective friend should have them.
Yeah.
Clint and Landon, make an intuition feat for me real quick.
Nope.
Man, we're good.
Yeah, we are good.
Okay. Awesome. Yep, 2 whites.
Wee.
Okay. Well, never mind.
I know.
Any chance I can make an intuition?
Nope. Nope. You're just a damn cat.
Yeah, that's the only thing I got. If we could somehow find a way to track the suits themselves.
I want to know why we have not learned to call karma yet this game.
Yeah, I know why because I'm actually
Every time.
because I'm clicking a button rather than rolling.
Right.
Power.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, going back to the warehouse, and what the hell? Why was that one cop going to like arrest us?
Yeah,
That female cop.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a cop.
What was she?
She was from a government organization called Damage Control.
Yeah. What the hell did they want with us?
Right. What did they want with you?
Bastards.
All right, that could be the lead. We could check out her, see what's up with them.
Yeah. Wonder if Darius knows anything about her, Mr. Aquarius, or whatever the hell his name is, knows anything about damage control.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of damage control, my hole is probably still there. We could probably take the same path.
Yeah, back in. Well, they may have sealed that, you would think.
Wait, are you talking about going back to the police station? Or back to Roxxon? Oh, yeah, you didn't dig. Well, you did dig into Roxxon, but it was on the Staten Island side.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But you want to try to break back into the police station? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, because I hyper dug out of there.
Yeah. I would think they would probably have sealed that up fairly quickly.
Of course, the whole grand scheme, the whole grand theme, I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. I'm too fucking tired. It's been less than 24 hours probably since that attack.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
I mean, what we want to go back to the police station. What are you thinking, Landon?
No, I don't know. I mean, if we could find that lady, see what's going on with her.
I want to stay as far away from her as possible.
Well, if you recall when she showed up, she came in after the fact. Mm-hmm. So it's likely that she would not be there now.
Right.
They would have their own base of operations there, right?
You would think.
Yeah, damage control would, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We could just kind of sneak in there and take a peek around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's go into the belly of the bear.
So we have three, I think, different things to kind of maybe look into at this point. We've got damage control. We've got this Mr. Blue character that hired Rock and Redeemer.
Yeah.
And then we've got the Vulture, and why he showed up to.
Yeah, well, we don't know exactly why he showed up. Yeah.
And I can fast forward just a little bit since we're pretty much right at time. I can fast forward just a little bit, like maybe to after dinner. And I can have McCarthy pop in to check in on you guys to see if you actually showed up.
Good.
And he pops in, says, "Hey fellas, glad to see you took my advice."
Yeah, thanks. What's up with this freak show?
Okay, so here's what I've been able to get so far from the wrecking crew and your old buddy Adrian Toombs.
Yeah.
Just after the Blip, the superhuman prison out in the Atlantic offshore of New York, called the Raft, suffered a power outage, and a bunch of the villains in one wing made a break for it in the ensuing chaos. And it looks like damage control actually helped to cover this up, because nobody knows about it. So Toombs hooked up with a fellow by the name of Mac Gargan, and the 3 surviving members of the wrecking crew and made their way to shore to meet up with the Shocker and a fellow by the name of Phineas Mason from his old crew. The Mason got Vulture's wings up and running again, but when he tried to convince Mason to join up with him again, he refused. Said he was contracted with a new guy who was funding his work.
Mr. Blue.
No mention of the name. So Mr. Toombs and Mason got into a bit of a row with each other, and the Shocker stepped in the middle to cool things down. Vulture and Gargan took off and had been on the down low until Spidey shows up at the precinct. Toombs really has it out for you, doesn't he?
Yeah, I guess.
So here's what I'm worried about now, though. Several of these guys back at the precinct escaped. The dude in the big wheel, the skateboard dude, the Shocker. Also, we weren't able to get him. They must have picked him up and ran off with him. They all got a good look at you guys, and we know that the crew is working for this other guy that's funding this tinkerer fella, Mason. So I wanted to come to you and fill you in on what I've found out so far, and to tell you to keep your heads low. Not only is Damage Control looking for you, now you've pissed off some superpowered thugs that may have a bone to pick with you, since you ended up putting some of their gang behind bars. So I'm worried about whoever it is that's funding these guys at this point. At least we've got the wrecking crew and the Vulture in custody right now. But there's more out there, so just be on your guard.
So you haven't heard, you don't know anything about a Mr. Blue?
These other 2 aren't talking. They're military. The 2 that were in the armor type stuff. The one that's in the rock armor, we don't know how to get him out. And unfortunately, he's been turned over to Damage Control at this point because we don't have the means to keep him. The other guy, we were able to get him out of the armor, and he's pretty much harmless at this point. But he ain't talking. They're former military. And they're basically just given old rank and serial number. They don't work for the government anymore.
Is there any way to trace the technology behind the suit?
If I had my guess, to be honest with you, that suit that the big gold dude was wearing, that really looked a whole lot like Stark Tech to me. And trust me, I've had some experience with Stark Tech. Now, it was crude, not as powerful as, some of his other stuff, but that definitely had to have been like a prototype of the Hulkbuster armor.
Why did Damage Control want us?
I don't know. She didn't give me much. Anne-Marie doesn't give me much anytime I see her. But she has her agenda, and that agenda is usually for the U.S. government. Which is why she doesn't say much. But if you want my advice, stay clear of her. You don't want to stick your nose too far into that, because it's likely you're going to get it stuck and you're not going to get it out.
Also what she said.
You think it's safe for us to stay here?
It's probably not safe for you to stay anywhere in this city. But not very many people know about this place.
Yeah, but aren't we putting everybody here in danger by being here, though?
Well, my understanding from what I hear is there's more people like you here. Safety in numbers?
Yeah, I guess.
Stick here for a while. I'll do some work on my own. really can't be seen coming in and out of here myself all that much, but I'll try to be in contact when I can. And if I can find any other place for you guys to stay, if you're not comfortable here, I'll do the best that I can.
I'll send an insect if we need you.
But don't go back to your apartment.
No, I wasn't planning on it.
All right. Take care, kids.
Thanks, Detective.
Thanks.
All right. So, what lead do you want to follow up on for next time, so I can kind of plan ahead for that?
What do you guys think?
We have a starting point with the warehouse. Vulture, we've got no idea.
So try to look into the Mr. Blue connection.
Yeah.
And that would be where the warehouse would lead us to, hopefully. But I'm not sure. We've been to the warehouse.
Right. So wait, which one of the dudes was hired away from the wrecking crew? Which one was that again?
This Phineas Mason basically reached out to the Vulture and said, hey, you can join up with us, but I'm not going with you, is really what it came down to.
Okay.
And when they got into it, Shocker kind of jumped into the mix and kind of got them separated. Vulture went his own way.
Okay,
and the other guys, the wrecking crew, kind of hooked up with this Phineas and the Shocker, and apparently now are working with whoever it is that Phineas was working with.
Okay.
That was funding him.
So maybe we can try to track down one of these guys and follow them back to whoever's hiring him.
That works for me.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Maybe set a trap.
How do you want to go about doing that?
Spider-Man, you're the celebrity. What if we say you were making a public appearance somewhere, and then when they come for you, we snatch them up?
Use me as bait.
Yes.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah. I guess so. We want to make it someplace. Oh, only problem with that is if you put out, I'm making a public appearance, some, people like Adam are going to be there and we're endangering the public.
What if we use them as the public? We could rally other individuals from this place for the public meet and greet.
That kind of, in a way, makes a direct, straight line. If what people start paying attention, that puts a direct line between everybody there and this place, though.
It puts a whole lot of people at risk.
What if we limit the announcement to only the bad guys? So they are the ones who believe that there will be this.
How do we get to announce to them directly to them only?
No.
Maybe we could.
I'm just the idea person.
You're the smartest cat in the world. Come on, you can do better than that.
All right, fine. What if we have someone hack their phones, social media?
Villains have social media. We could use the Vulture, possibly.
Yes. Yes. What if we say that the Vulture has had a change of heart, even?
No, but leak information to the Vulture, and I bet he could get it of where we're going to be, and
Yes. That could work.
Just we have him in custody. And I bet he could get it to people fairly easily still.
Perhaps in exchange for a lighter sentence or something. Or perhaps we can just compel him to do such.
There you go. I like that idea.
How would you get the information to the vulture?
Well, where's he in custody?
Probably still at the precinct, being held in one of those cages down in the basement.
Go to the
We'll have to
precinct.
break back into the precinct.
Yeah, we have a tunnel.
You do have a tunnel.
McCarthy would probably help us.
He wanted us to keep our heads low.
Yeah. Just break back into the precinct.
I mean, I do have background in network security. Could kind of get into the systems potentially.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. So,
I
all right, we
think
got
the
a little bit
plans-
of a plan there.
I think our plan's coming together, gentlemen.
Okay. Well, let me kind of think about that a little bit. I may throw something up on the Facebook page and ask a couple of questions, and we might shore up the plan just a little bit over the next 2 weeks, but it gives me some ideas about where we're going.
Uh-huh.
This is where I wanted us to get so that we got to a place where the story could really start to kick off. So,
Yep.
so now it's kind of falling into your hands on which direction you want to go. So,
It's branches.
yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
May
good-
we all roll better 2 weeks from now.
Yes.
Exactly. No more
And
whites.
Call fucking
Remember
karma.
karma. Yeah.
I did give you karma for last time, didn't I?
Yes,
Or
you
did
did.
I not?
Yes.
You did,
Okay.
yes.
All right. So for this time around, I'll drop 100 karma on you guys.
Woohoo! Thank you.
And
Not bad for all white rolling.
I know, really.
that.
I do will want to role play something with you, Chris,
Mhm.
before the next game.
Yep, that's fine. And I
A
actually,
conversation.
if the other guys want to sign off here,
Yeah,
we can
That's
do that real quick and kind of get you caught up.
more secrets. Sorry.
Secrets, secrets.
You're no fun. So then our plan would be
Yeah, because
to
next.
play. Oh, that's the day after Christmas.
Yeah, are we gonna play
It's
the day
day
after
after
Christmas?
I
I'm
don't know that we'll be home yet.
okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm pretty much gonna be driving. I think I might end up driving back Monday, but I might have to drive back on Sunday, and it's like an 8-hour drive.
Okay. Yeah. Well, let's just skip it, and then we'll meet back again on the 9th.
Did you hear what happened? Did Bob ever text you or anything?
No, he didn't.
He
That's weird.
forgot all about us.
He did.
All right, so January 9th is the next one. I should be totally good for that. I will be closing Aladdin Jr. that I have directed. We were supposed to have been performing this whole weekend, and one of our kids got COVID.
Oh yay.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
So, yeah, we had to shut it down after our Monday night tech. So that will be closing performance, but it's a matinee. There really isn't anything to do for teardown, so I should be good for that.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, so we'll shoot for the 9th then.
Yeah.
Works. Great.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for joining us tonight, and hopefully
Yep,
next
see
time
you
I'll have my
guys.
voice back.
All right,
See you
Yeah,
guys soon.
feel better, man.
See you guys.
All right. See you later.
Take it easy.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Christmas.